All right, here we are.
Welcome back again in the Guadalajara.
The Guadalajara podcast dungeon.
Yep.
Coming to you live. This is the Dadvice podcast.
The cartel's making more money and we have more light now.
That's right. And they hired us a social media / producer.
They did.
Person. Whitley's behind the camera. We won't make you talk, Whitley.
You will probably notice massive improvement in, like, young people coolness.
Yeah, we're hip.
And
raise the roof,
camera
friend.
Quality. Because I don't even think I have a mind's eye. I don't know what stuff looks like.
No.
I think I found that out about myself in college. I don't have that ability to picture stuff in my head.
The fact that just the test footage that we just shot is like so much better. Like, it's making me realize how fucking old I am. Like, yes. I'm just like,
yes, our producer is in her mid-20s. We are in our
early 30s.
Yeah, okay.
We're not old, but we're at that weird sweet spot where we're no longer keeping up as well as we could. And that's where you start to feel old. Because 30 isn't really old. Like, no. It's really not. It's like 40 isn't even old.
It's like anymore. A breath away from 20.
Like, dude, I saw a lady the other day and her husband, and they both were like, we were just in a casual conversation, and she was like, yeah, on my 40th birthday. And I was like, beg your pardon, you're how old? And she was like, yeah, I'm like 44 and he's 46. And I was like, what? Like, I'm doing something horribly wrong because they looked younger than me. But it doesn't matter.
Well, and when you're a kid, people in their 40s, you're like, so is that when you start planning to go into a home?
Right. Yeah.
You get the little pamphlets and the brochure.
40 is old.
Oh.
And then you meet someone who's in their 50s. It's like, yeah, I run 5 miles every day. And you're like, dude, fuck you.
Good for you. How is that young people blood?
Yeah. You've been drinking it.
Yeah.
You got a blood boy at home?
You pay like $8,000 and get treatment for it now or something like that. So.
I feel like what the title of this episode is going to be is Blood Boys.
Blood Boys?
The dad voice gets Blood Boys. Because we're going to talk about getting Blood Boys and how that's going to change our lives for the better.
And
once
also,
we go big, get out of this beheading cave.
Is it doxing ourselves if we say our actual age? Because I have a legitimate question.
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you also 33?
Yeah.
So my wife says I'm in my mid-30s.
Okay.
I say I'm in my early 30s.
Okay.
What would...
There's only a scale of 10 digits between one number and...
Yeah.
And I'm not a mathematician, but I did score in the 99th percentile on my math SATs. So I know a little something about digits 1 through 10. Okay.
Oh. At least.
At least. That was a brag that immediately made me seem super stupid. But so the way I view it is you start at 0 and you go to 10. And so 0 through 3 is early.
Okay.
4, 5, and 6 are mid. 7, 8, 9, 10 or 7, 8, and 9 are late.
Right.
Because that gives you roughly 3 digits per group of, I don't know, whatever the term that I'm looking for is, because I'm not good with words or numbers. But yeah, I'd say early is 0 to 3. Mid is 4, 5, 6. And then late is 7, 8, 9. And we're going to give ourselves that extra one on the early side because 30,
we're still figuring it out.
30 doesn't really count as 30s. It counts as you're 30. Just like when you hit 40, you're not in your 40s. You're 40 years old. And I can't explain the difference, but there is one.
It's like 30 is your 20s completion year.
Right. It's the all right, this is the settle up point, right? Your body has decided it's going to stop regenerating cells at an effective rate. Your knees blow out immediately in preparation for your 30s and what's coming with those 30s. Your back gives out. It's like a metamorphosis, like that's your emerging from your 20s cocoon. Yeah, it's your bones all shattered.
It was not beautiful. It was
painful. Dude, it
was like a blur of chaos.
I spent my 30th birthday. Okay, my wife set something up very nice. She had like a work thing to do in Asheville, and so because she was like upset that she was going to have to work the weekend of my birthday, what she did was she got us a hotel room in Asheville, and we went and stayed in the hotel all weekend, and we were supposed to go and like have fun. I love Asheville. I think Asheville is wonderful. Lots of good food. It's nature.
Oh,
it's
Asheville's
the mountains.
great. It's where my grandpa's buried.
Oh, perfect. Well,
Landmark of
and
Asheville.
now we can go visit
Yep.
Phil's grandpa in Asheville. But we, on my 30th birthday, which was that Thursday, I spent all of my birthday in an orthopedic urgent care getting my knee drained because I just kneeled wrong and I had this big bubble of liquid on my knee.
You got to stop bending and kneeling and just be upright for the rest
all
of your
the time,
life.
or sitting just like this. Those are the only two positions that don't hurt. But yeah, so I spent my 30th birthday in the orthopedic office getting my knee drained, and then we went and they were like, yeah, you can't do any hiking or anything. So I spent my birthday weekend in Asheville. We did go get to eat a lot, and we did do like some stuff, but we couldn't do much because I had my leg wrapped up like a friggin' gordita.
Yeah,
and
welcome to your 30s.
Quote Ricky Bobby on that one. But
I spent my 30th birthday in the Gulf of Mexico, angry that I didn't have any more money to gamble in the cruise ship casino, and
I've never.
I was also like, I think it was my second year sober too, so.
I've never had money to go out of the country, so can't relate. But that sounds like how I should have spent my 30th birthday.
Yeah, it was cool. Except I was a brat and mad. Then we had our little breakfast. I have me a little orange juice.
It's the end of your 20s. You get to be a brat.
Yeah,
get some juice in me. Got some breakfast. My tum was full, and then I was ready to go.
Yep, go throw up over the side and let's rally.
I've never been on a cruise. Only because, like, I only recently found out that on cruises, like, you end up at a destination and you get to stay there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, then you come back.
Yep.
I thought the cruise was just you being on a boat with other people.
You just ride by the destinations. They're like, look, that's La Playa over there. Yeah. Say hi.
Just sweaty, gross, seasick people, like, eating all-you-can-eat buffets and shuffling through dance floors. And
that's definitely the majority of it.
I was like, this sounds miserable. I hate this. But then a friend was like, yeah, we went to Costa Rica or some shit like that. And I was like, yeah, but, like, you stayed on the boat, right? And they were like, no, we went to the beach of Costa Rica. And I was like, oh, this changes my perspective on these things. But we have 2 kids, both under 10, so... I
ain't going cruising anytime soon.
No, and like, dude, I don't know about you.
That's also a different term. I just realized.
We don't even eat out really anymore because our youngest, he is just insane. Like, he crawls like, you know what? I'm gonna tell the K-pot story because it's a perfect example. Went to K-pot for my brother's birthday. His birthday was earlier this week.
His brother was there.
That's me. I'm his brother. God, I'm so stupid. But he wanted to go to K-pot, which, if for anybody who doesn't know, K-pot is Korean hot pot. So you get like a pot of soup, and then they have this hot plate where you can cook assorted meats, and then you can go make your sauces. And if like just... I love it. I really do enjoy the food. It's expensive, so I want my experience to be positive. All week we'd been like trying to plan this out, and we'd called them up ahead of time and we're like, hey, can we get a reservation? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I hit up my assistant at work and I was like, can you call and just like see if maybe they'll respond if it sounds like it's a business thing? And
your assistant's not ChatGPT.
No, my assistant's not ChatGPT. She's
whoa.
She helps with a lot of other, like, it's not just my personal assistant, but in that moment she was. But she helped me out, and she called and they told her, they were like, we don't do reservations. And so then my brother's girlfriend also called and they told her the same thing. And by the way, the whole time we're getting 18, 19-year-old kids on the phone who, like, get paid minimum wage. And like, I'm just going to tell you.
I don't get paid to pick up a pencil, dude.
I'm going to tell you what I know, and then we're not.
I barely picked up the phone.
Right. We're not talking about this anymore after this. And so I was like, okay, fine, whatever. We'll just show up. We show up. I tell them we have a collective 10 people, and they go, okay, well, it's going to be 30 minutes. And I go, okay, that's fine. And then my oldest, he's a picky eater. He's not going to eat hot pot. Like, the kid ate fries the last time he went to K-Pot, and, like, I knew that. And so I said, I've got, like, 7 people that will be eating, because it was 7 adults. And then it was, the baby doesn't get charged for anyways. And he wasn't going to eat. And I said, but we have a kid. And the kid, I was like, but he's not going to eat. And they were like, it doesn't matter. Like, you get charged for him anyways.
He crossed the threshold of the door.
Well, yeah.
Give us our money.
I think it's like 4 to 6 is like $12. And then 7 to like 10 or 12 is like $15. And then after that, you're an adult and you eat the hot pot. So I got an attitude because I was hot. It was 98 degrees outside. I was sweating. I do not do this shit to service workers. Like, I cooked for years.
Not until our podcast blows up.
Right.
Then we can act how we want.
Then I'm going to write stupid notes on receipts that say, I'm better than you and you don't get a tip.
I'll finally be who I actually am.
That's right. Our true colors will show. No, I don't disrespect service workers. I don't I try not to be the farthest thing from a Karen. I don't know what the opposite of a Karen is, like a NERAC, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just Karen backwards.
You're a NERIC.
I'm a NERIC.
That sounds closer to a slur, so maybe NERAC is better.
Yeah, NERAC, yeah.
Ain't that dude from the Bible?
Yeah, NERAC, Bendigo.
Yeah. You grew up in the South, too.
Yeah, no, I grew up in Roman Catholic household. Irish Catholic household, not Roman Catholic.
Oh, so you're going to hell. That sucks, dude.
And they had the audacity to kick me out.
Do you think
I'm
they'll
super hell,
let us communicate while I'm in heaven and you're in hell? And us do the podcast? Kind of like how Gucci Mane was making his mixtapes from his jail cell?
What it's going to be is I'm going to have a solo cup.
You're on a fucking payphone?
With, like, glass shards around it. And I'll hold it up to my ear and talk into it. And you're going to have, like, a super plushy phone that you get to... And we're going to do it that way in heaven and hell.
According to the majority of people, I think, based on what we actually believe, we're both going to hell, so...
I'm going to be honest with you.
They'll make us keep these mics.
There is no actual depiction of hell in the Bible, so as far as I'm concerned...
Surprise! The plot twist, we're here.
Some of the coolest people I know have been told that they're going to hell, so I think...
Yeah.
But yeah...
and then it's like, also Hitler's there, so what's the criteria for getting in? They're just letting anybody in?
Maybe there's layers. There, according to Dante's Inferno, there's layers.
That's true.
We have derailed from the K-Pot story. But I will tell you that one of the rings of hell...
Hot pot. Hell is hot.
...is sitting in a K-Pot. Because it was a miserable experience. We've derailed so far away from the point. But the point I'm trying to get at... Because we have a Dadvice, by the way.
Yeah, we got one.
That we need to get to. But, so... It's hot. I was trying my best not to be super rude to these service workers because I love them. They're part of the working class. They are just trying to make their living, and we support the working class. We stand in solidarity with them. That is always the mindset we go in with, right?
Until we blow up.
However, they were making me feel like if I had made billions, I could just eradicate all of these people. Like just that little tick in my brain because I was hot, I was hungry, I was exhausted.
You were all of the things like in Alcoholics Anonymous that say like halt, like hungry, angry, lonely, tired.
Right, yeah. You
were dangerously close to a bender.
I was, and I was already like sitting there going, do they have cocktails here? And I was like, no, I can't. Stop. But I went in after 30 minutes. I said, hey, we're here, like we're ready to go. It's been 30 minutes. I still haven't gotten the text what's up, and he goes, it'll be another 15 minutes. I was like, another 15 minutes? I was like, there's a Chili's right across the street.
You're like, what do you mean? We cook it ourselves here.
Yeah, like, yeah.
What, do you got to get the kitchen ready?
All you have to do is
turn on your grill?
put us in chairs. I'll do the rest,
Yeah.
okay? I'll go get the...
Shit, y'all got self-checkout too?
Yeah, I'll go get the refrigerated meat from the cooler if you need me to. Like, I'm hungry. Let's go. And so he was like, and this is what got me the worst, is he was like, you could make a reservation. And I was like, no, we can't. We were told several times we can't make a reservation. He goes, yeah, you reserve a party table. And I was like, okay. I was like, are you the highest up that we go here in this place? And he was like, no. I was like, I'd like to know who that is. Like, I just want to find out what policy is, because it doesn't seem like anybody knows. And I need to know why I'm being told a billion different things, why I'm being told I have to pay for this. So at that point, somehow, miraculously, we skipped the rest of the 15 minutes after my family had already gotten in the car to go check Chili's and see what their wait time was like, and it was 30, and that's the only reason we didn't go to Chili's. But
I love Chili's.
Dude, Chili's is the shit. Okay,
Chicken Crispers.
That's a whole episode about how dope Chili's is. But we finally got seated. The general manager comes up. She goes, you need to speak to manager? I go, are you the highest rank here? Because I need to know.
He's like, I think Dave up at the front is a little taller than me.
No, she was like, I'm the GM. Yes, that's me. And I was like, okay, here's what happened. I'm a little upset. And I'm like, I'm not like, and I wanted to clarify. I was like, this isn't going to impact how I tip or anything. Just to later find out gratuities included in the bill, so it doesn't matter.
So you could have crashed out.
I could have crashed out, but she was very nice, and she was very cordial, and she got us set up. She brought this like hollowed out watermelon they have that has like alcohol in it, and gave everybody at the table that was drinking some.
They were like, shut the fuck up and suck on this watermelon.
Yeah, and it was I took like a tiny sip because like I was driving anyways, and I wasn't like
driving and holding a watermelon. That's tough.
Yeah, just fucking put a straw in there and chug half a watermelon of liquor.
You put the lime in the coconut.
But we
driving the wrong way past UNCG.
Yeah, going up Gate City the wrong way, which is a common thing that happens anyway. So fuck it, it wouldn't be too different.
I will say, one time I was trying to bring weed from UNCG to where I went to college, High Point, and I sampled it, and I was driving the wrong way down a road by UNCG, and one of the UNCG cops pulled me over, and he was like, where are you trying to go? I was like, UNCG. Or I was like, Greensboro, and he was like, and he started shining the flashlight in the back of my car immediately. I was like, fuck, you got fucked up.
Sorry, I have literally been like pulled over at a stop sign for waiting for it to turn green because I've been so high. Like, that's not just a funny story for me, it's a real thing that happened. That was when I was way younger.
And thank God we don't do anything wrong anymore. So.
Right. So, God.
Perfection allows us to talk about this.
That's right. We are saints now.
I'm DOT certified.
There you go. DOT, Department of Transportation.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
because you right now.
Because you have to drive a truck for work. Okay,
yeah.
I forgot that you do that thing. I'm not DOT certified, but I have a driver's license. So, anyways, K-Pot, get there. She brings out the watermelon liquor for everybody. We're having a good time, but then like the tables in this place are just back to back. I am a big man, and I was like fighting against the person behind me and the table, like just trying to exist. And the tables are like fixtures because they have these hot pots built into them. Like they stay where they are. You can't move them at all. Like they're there. And I just was like, I was uncomfortable. Then we have the baby with us, and he cannot sit still. The first thing he does is go and play with the lady's hair behind us. And she was really sweet. She very obviously had children. but I was like, get away from, stop touching people you don't know. And then my stepmom was like offended. She was like, he doesn't ever play with my hair. And I'm like, it's because it causes a problem that he's doing this.
He's sniffing the hair. Yeah. Like, he's going to be a politician one day.
He could be
this
president.
Kid's going places.
So he plays with this lady's hair, and then he's like crawling back and forth behind me and my wife, and like he's super clingy to me, and I'm getting so overstimulated because there's bright neon lights in this fucking place. It's super hot because there's heat just bombarding you. Everything smells like cooked meat. It's just like, what is going on? And then they bring in the birthday singers for the table behind us where the lady was who had her hair played with, because they have this girl in their party that she turned 12. We were talking to her family while we were all waiting in line. It was her 12th birthday. They sang, they did the happy birthday, clapping loud in your face.
Because they knew you were overstimulated.
And I was like sitting here like, it was like the grabbing my head, like spinning out, like, oh my God.
Dude, I just figured out the guy that was complaining is autistic. Let's clap out.
Yeah! They like dialed in and they were like, you want to complain? We'll make it worth the complaint.
Gratuity is included! You're trapped.
And I was just losing my mind. And so then they start bringing out, and if you've never eaten, I don't know if all hot pot places are like this, but K-Pot, they just bring a trolley with all this shit you order. So they have a plate.
They just drop it off. They're like, here's your fucking trolley.
A table's worth of shit on this trolley. And they don't wait for you to be prepared or clear space. They just start handing you plates of meats and vegetables and shit and noodles. And they're just like handing him out, and I'm sitting here like fucking melting down, like tears streaming down my face, handing plates of meat to people. Like, here's your pork roll. Oh my God, here's your pork belly and your garlic chicken. I'm just freaking the fuck out. And then the kid's screaming on my side because he wants me to hold him, and I'm handing meats over. It was a bad experience. It was a bad time for everyone.
Wow.
But I love my brother. It was fun.
At least you helped him confirm. He probably looked at his girlfriend and said, all right, we're not having kids. Is that how I'll be? No.
I think that they probably will still have kids because they think it's hilarious when stuff like that happens. And my brother knows me, and he was watching me. He was just sitting there looking at me like smirking, knowing that I'm having my fucking meltdown. And he's like, you okay, buddy? I'm like, not really. No. And my wife is like sitting there like trying to help me, but the kid is like making a barrier between us. And my oldest is just sitting there like, what is... He's like,
he told the waitstaff you get overstimulated easily, and that was his birthday present.
He's like,
watching it melt.
Right. And my oldest is there, and he's like, these chicken nuggets don't taste good, but everything else is fine.
He tries to cook the chicken nugget on the thing, and then they charge you $30 extra.
And I was like, no. And we still paid for him. He ate like 6 fries and a bite of a chicken nugget.
It cost him 87 cents.
Yeah, and we paid
some Cisco bag of frozen stuff.
And luckily, I think my dad could also tell because he went and did this thing. And he does this for birthdays every once in a while where he just paid. And I'm super grateful because it was expensive. But like... That was just also, I almost crashed out when I went to pay and they were like, we don't have a bill for you. And I was like, I went through all of this. Just give me the bill for me and my wife and apparently my kid so I can go home.
Like, when you walked out, they were just whispering to each other. They were like, it was fucking shaking, dude.
Right, like they were. And then the manager came up and she goes, oh, your dad already covered it. And I was like... And I went to my dad and I was like, you didn't have to do that. And he's like, I know, but he's like, I don't mind doing it. And he's like, I knew you'd say that, so I just did it. And I was like, okay.
Very nice.
So you could have told me before I almost fucking flipped a K-pot table. But, yeah, that was me. It was just a spiral of chaos last night. I didn't like it, but that is the reason the baby was such an amplifier. And that's the whole point I was trying to make with this is like, we don't take him out anymore because that's every experience with him is him trying to climb all over us. He won't sit in a high chair. He won't sit in a booster seat. we went to a really nice Italian place in Durham at the South Point Mall called like Maggiano's or something like that. It's not like fine dining. It's just people there wear collared shirts at least. I think it probably is, but it's really nice looking. The food is pretty good quality. Sorry, I'm having my gross dad hiccups in the mic, but and the whole time he's just screaming because he doesn't want to sit in a booster seat, bouncing between his mother and I. And these people who obviously have money are just like, because if you've ever been to the South Point malls in Durham, they're super nice and like wealthy people are there. And these people are looking at us like, oh, get your rat child out of here.
Yeah,
like,
get your middle class child out of my sight.
The middle class is depleted. They knew we were poor.
And I had the working class committed a hate crime against me last night too.
Oh yeah?
I went to get Sonic Blasts, and I pulled up to the window. I hate that
Sonic. I hate all the Sonics in this city, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was strapped because just that road on a Saturday night, there's always something because people are always drunk and doing crazy stuff.
Believe it or
like
not,
I was not that long ago.
In Greensboro, there have been 3 separate occasions where I've been T-boned. 2 of them were hit and runs. And one of them happened right there in front of that Sonic.
That almost happened to me too.
Yeah, and because it was some drunk chick.
It's hard to see around that curve.
That's exactly what happened too.
But we digress.
Yes.
I pulled up to the voice box thingy, and this young lady was like, "Hi, welcome to Sonic. Take your order." I said, "Yeah, can I have one small cookie dough blast and one large cookie dough blast?" And she was like, "All right, I got you down for one medium and one large cookie dough blast." I was like, no, because I'm overly nice to service workers too. I was like, no, it's a small cookie dough blast and a large cookie dough blast. And she was like, all right, let me ring you up. She was like, all right, just to confirm, I got you for a small cookie dough blast and a medium cookie dough blast. And I literally stuck my head out the car window and looked around because I thought I was on TV or something. I was like, dude, am I high?
One thing I will say about Sonic, especially in Greensboro, that I barely classify as service workers because they want you to fight them. That's their whole ambition.
I know. I was trying to just drive around and enjoy Twilight outside with the new Tyler Childers album with my windows down, and it just she kind of ruined the whole thing. But then I was like, no, this is kind of funny. They got it right eventually.
Dude, I just remember we went to 2 Sonics one time, and the first one was like, we sat at the box for 30 minutes. I went up to the window, and I like knocked on it, and I said, hey, like, are you guys closed? And they were like, no, we're just busy. And there was 2 people in the like actual dining room area, and I was like, so I'm not going to get my order taken? They were like, you can drive back around. I was like, I'm not doing this.
And one of those people eventually ended up being the general manager of K-Pot.
Right, yeah. And so we left that Sonic and we went to the one on Summit Avenue. And that when I tell you they want to fight you at Sonic, they want you to become a problem so that they can be like, let's go.
Drive up hands.
Let's up.
Car side hands.
These hands are car side, baby.
They're on rollerblades.
Just super fast, like some anime character.
Come on, hit me, boy.
But we went there.
It's your foot-long hot dog.
And I went through the actual drive-thru, and I told them, like, I was like, I want this, this, and this. And I specifically remember the item that they like got an attitude with me about was mozzarella sticks, because I said, that was the last thing I said. I said, yeah, let me get an order of mozzarella sticks. And I was like, actually, make it 2 mozzarella sticks. And the guy said 2, and I said yes. And he said, okay. So we had an exchange confirming that he heard at least part of what I said. Get up to the window. And I go, okay, here's our order. We look at it. It wasn't a big order. Like, the 2 mozzarella sticks were for me and my wife. And then it was like mostly drinks and I think a milkshake for the kid, the oldest one. And I think a thing of fries for the little one because that's what he eats. That's all he eats anymore at fast food places. But then I was like, I just sat there at the window waiting for my 2 mozzarella sticks. And they go, do you need something? I was like, yeah, my 2 mozzarella sticks.
Fuck you want?
Yeah. They're like, you need something? I was like, yeah, my 2 mozzarella sticks. And they're like,
having problems with your car?
They were like, we don't
Why
have
is it not
any.
going forward?
They were like, we don't have any mozzarella sticks. I was like, yeah, you're supposed to make them. Like that's you don't have them because you have to go put them in the fryer and then put
He's
them
like,
in
no, I pushed the button on the cash register and they're supposed to be right here.
You put them in the fucking sleeve and then you put them in my hands, and that's how we get mozzarella sticks.
And then they just hand you literal 2 mozzarella sticks,
and
then you finally lose your mind.
Well, it's worse than that. We didn't get the mozzarella sticks because the dude was like, yeah, you didn't have mozzarella sticks. And I go, no, I definitely ordered them. And
Dude, they gaslight you there.
Yeah. And he was like, no, you didn't. And then,
dude, have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yeah. And he was like, check your receipt. And I checked my receipt. And I think this dude knew that he just didn't put mozzarella sticks in because he was so confident in that. He's like, check your receipt. And I checked the receipt and I was like, it doesn't say mozzarella sticks. You're right about that. I was like, ring me up for 2 mozzarella sticks. I ordered them at the window. It was your voice. You said 2 back to me. And he was like, no, that didn't happen. And then like this dude who's maybe 19 and has like a teardrop tattoo comes up to the window, and I guess
he's like, you want to be next?
He was like the assistant manager, and he was like, is there a problem? And like, it wasn't like, hey, is everything going okay? Do we have an issue with your order? He was like, are we about to have a problem?
Yeah,
and
like,
I just kind of looked back.
You're talking to my boy like this.
I kind of looked back at him and I said, I don't think we have a problem, but I'm trying to figure it out, which was my way of saying, if I need to come in there, we sort this out. Let's go sort this out. And that's why I'm telling you that Sonic people are not service workers. Sonic is a prison, and
they have a fight club.
Yeah, they were ready too. I was just like, whatever, fuck this, and drove off because I wasn't gonna win against a Sonic.
If you lose, they put you in a damn skirt and put you on the rollerblades and make you be a car op.
That's how they get the rollerblades.
Look at him trying to stand up straight.
And you just see the ones on rollerblades like exhausted, just spinning in circles with trays. Like, I can't stop. But
it's the momentum that's carrying me.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what direction we were going with this episode.
We have Dadvice. We can't miss that.
The laptop...
Because we're going way off the rails.
We did. The laptop and the phone, my phone, are being used for...
I can pull it up.
Can you pull it up on your phone?
People don't think it's rude.
That's the only way we can read the Dadvice. Yeah. And I will edit in like a screenshot of the email. You don't have to read the replies because I did do a little back and forth.
Hulk Hogan died? I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. By the way, while Phil pulls this up,
yeah,
your TikTok...
Distract him, dance.
Your TikTok sent me the one that was like people whose parents divorced in the 80s are having a really hard time. And I just knew some fucking underbitten redneck was going to get on there and be like, you know, as he spits dip into his Mountain Dew bottle. And
they were mad.
You son of a bitch. But
especially on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube got the most...
I was like, okay, I kind of had a sense already. I was like, the most white trash folks are on YouTube, commenting on YouTube shorts, and I don't know how to explain it.
It's so funny because you can see, like, I feel like the social media app that you spend your most time commenting on is also, like, a way of displaying social status. Like, TikTok is, like, the young, hip... Like, if you're older on TikTok, you're still kind of up with it. Right?
And you're not allowed to bully people on it. Right. The algorithm forbids it. Yeah. YouTube, they're like...
I try my best.
It's a jungle out there. Survival of the fittest.
I try to figure out ways around the TikTok algorithm. I'm like, I'm not telling you to, like, unalive yourself. But if you ate a lawnmower blade while it was on, it wouldn't kill the world.
It wouldn't be the worst thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad I got brain damage last year because it made me care less, kind of, about people's mean comments. Cause
you're a serial killer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, someone's got to do the beheading. I'm actually training. Sorry, I'm leaving the podcast. I'm next up.
Yeah, no, I got a thick neck, so you got to train for a while. It's good.
All right, this is the Dadvice. I like your friend already. We saying his name?
Yeah, okay. This is Clint. Clint is a personal friend of mine. So with the part
Clinton, very formal, and he complimented us, and that's the quickest way to get me to like you. So that's awesome. Good day. I'm reading the whole thing.
Yeah, just read the whole thing.
What if I was here for 3 hours reading? He's
He's
like, sorry, I accidentally sent my manifesto.
It's a dissertation on...
Do you have the FBI's number? Good day. If you all have experience with pediatric dental work for children, I'd like to hear your experiences. Pros and cons. Both my children have went since they are 2, and both always have crazy invoices. I'm torn because while I want them to get work done as they need it, these $600 to $900 per office visits with corrective work are really draining financially. What's your take on this? Keep in mind, these are still baby teeth also. The dentist literally gave us a treatment plan that was almost $7,000, which I feel is unbelievable. This same dentist said that kids can't eat goldfish. The living ones or the snacks? Make better choices is what they said. Like, what kid doesn't eat goldfish, bro? I feel horrible for even considering the fact I can't afford this, but the dentist continues to push brochures for care credit when I've complained about how regular families afford this. Our household is a single-income household with me working and my wife staying home with my kids. Same here. I just have such a hard time understanding how people are affording things like that.
Ooh, all right. Can finish the email.
Yeah, I know you... the rest of the email is just some niceties about the last time he saw you and such.
Oh, how I gave him a black eye.
Yeah, exactly. Niceties. So
niceties.
I know you already said you already got mad immediately, and
I did.
You're gonna go in.
Pediatric dentistry is a fucking racket. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Look,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, so you can.
You're gonna
have
lose.
to.
You're gonna lose, but
Hope you brought your fiddle, buddy. You're trying to beat the devil.
So here's the thing: do not pay $7,000 for your kids' teeth. If your kids have cavities and they're in their baby teeth, find out a way to treat them to make sure that your kids aren't in pain. But typically, brushing and good hygiene is going to help you slow down the cavity anyways. I'm not a dentist.
What if you forgot to do that the first 2 years of their life?
First off,
some things are easy to forget.
My 2-year-old doesn't brush his teeth every day. I can't, I'm not going to fist fight him to do it, but he also only eats Ritz crackers. It's fine. His teeth are good. We've had them looked at. They're fine. Corrective? What are you correcting? What are you correcting? They haven't even lost all their teeth. We haven't seen how their teeth grow in yet.
The dentist just sees your kid pull up and they're like, wow, busted teeth.
And
to get that fixed, you're going to get clowned in preschool, bro.
Is going to gaslight you into telling you that you giving your children the snack that smiles back, the goldfish snack that every child I've ever met fucking ever.
They don't smile with their teeth. Like George Washington.
The wood teeth. Oh yeah, it wasn't wood teeth. It was slave teeth.
It was not good teeth.
It was bad teeth. But you're telling me that this dentist is going to gaslight you into telling you that goldfish are what's causing your kids' teeth to just malform and corrode or whatever he's telling you. Look, brush your kids' teeth. They're going to fall. My 8-year-old barely has any baby teeth left. He's almost done already. Just take care of what you got in your mouth. Once you get to that point, every, 2 cleanings a year at least, and that should be covered by your insurance. Your dental insurance should give you up to 2 free cleanings a year. You should, we have a dentist, and they are awesome because they never try to give us this workaround. They never try to jerk us around. I know you have... We just saw that horrific story about a dentist.
I know. I didn't know if we should bring it up because I
gotta
read a lot.
Because it's a racket. We're gonna bring it up, and we're gonna tell these people that baby should not have been in any scenario where that could have happened. But and just so people are what the hell are they talking about? And I'll let you speak more on it because you know more about it than I do. But correct me if I'm wrong. A 2-year-old died.
Yeah,
in a dentist office.
Pediatric dentistry office. I think it was a center where different dentists can rent out the space.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very early morning thing for one of his teeth were messed up, needed a cap, something. I don't know what the baby needed, but the kid unfortunately passed away on the table. I don't know if it was the anesthesia or whatever, but the parents heard ambulances pull up. And basically, they were like, oh, that's weird. Something must be going wrong with somebody. And they whooshed the kid away before telling the parents, too. So the parents are sitting there waiting.
It would have been the last day for multiple people.
Yeah.
Like that, you would not do that to me.
And then they were like, the kid got to the hospital and passed away, sadly. And then they're like, by the way, it didn't go right. Basically. And that's just like...
And again, to me...
It's a literal nightmare.
I cannot fathom any scenario where a child needs to be put under or anything like that unless, like... There's a surgeon, like cleft palates or something, that's different, right?
Something that could affect your ability to consume nutrients.
Here's what's going to happen. If my kid breaks a tooth, a baby tooth, we're going to go to my dentist. I'm going to go pull it out. A tooth will grow in its place eventually, like, right? And it might take a while, and I know that can sometimes stunt the growth of the tooth.
You just tell your kid, do whatever you just did and finish the job. Right,
like just get it out. And... that is insane to spend anything upwards of $150, $200 on your kid's teeth is too much. It's a racket, and they're trying to this is why healthcare, especially dentists, like my brother, my dad, my uncle, none of them go to dentists. They just take care of what teeth they have, and they might not have the best teeth situation going on, but it's because of how much distrust they have of dentists, because dentistry has become almost like chiropractors.
That's what I was thinking too.
It's like this big racket, and luckily we go to a dentist office, and I'm going to shout, LTR Dental in Whitsett, North Carolina is fantastic. They do not ever...
Not a racket.
Not a racket. Our whole family gets our teeth done.
Put down the RICO charges.
They all have families there, and maybe that has something to do with it, but none of them are sitting there going, yeah, your 2-year-old needs dental surgery or corrective action for their teeth. Because guess what? You can correct their baby teeth, sure, but the way that teeth work, the way that your skeletal structure in your fucking face works, is you have these little holes, and then the big ones grow in your fucking face, inside your face. And then they come down and push your teeth out, and then they replace them with more permanent teeth. And you, as a small person, the reason we almost all have to have braces or Invisalign or some shit like that is because our bones are also growing, right? So, your teeth are going to be fucked up when they grow in, and then they're going to eventually shift, and that's why you don't normally go and get braces.
Then the orthodontist racket takes over, and they're like, it's my time to shine, baby.
But you know what? Invisalign really fucked up the game for them, too, because, now kids can just pop that in, and you don't have to worry about getting bullied for having braces. You don't have to worry about any of the painful, metal shredding.
I actually never had braces, and... when I was in high school, I felt left out.
Crazy to me.
I felt left out for not having them.
So you just genetically... And see, that's a perfect example of what I was just saying. Your face just fixed its fucking self. I had an overbite where I could put my fucking thumb in there.
Yeah, see, my brother, genetics, you could tell is different because he had the Herbst appliance, the internal thing with the metal rod.
My wife had to have 4 or 5 teeth yanked out from both top and bottom to get her teeth fixed. She has a medically small mouth, they said. But I could... did a thumb up in my overbite, but that was it. My teeth were a little just kind of off base, but they weren't twisted or crooked super bad. But I mean, just if you can picture this fucking busted mug with an overbite, we did have to do something about it. So they put the braces on, and it pushed my jaw back. But there's a reason that they don't want you to start braces until all of your baby teeth are gone and until your whole face has settled. That pediatric dentistry is just them going, I'm not good enough to get other clients, so I'm going to just go mess with kids and tell their parents, you need to pay $7,000. Do not give them money. As a matter of fact, go find another dentist. Do not do that. And I'm telling you, I don't work on the insurance side of things. It's funny because Whitley, our social media / producer person now, did work on the insurance side of things for the company I work for. And she's nodding her head yes behind the camera because she knows what I'm talking about. It is a racket. There's no reason for all of this. There's no reason for this extra expenditure. And the audacity of them to sit there and try to make you pay all this stupid extra money for your kid's teeth, fuck them, dude. Fuck them entirely.
Move to England where that shit looks normal.
Dude,
Boom.
yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, just...
Let them blend in.
Yeah. Like
it's probably cheaper.
They got teeth on top of teeth over there. They look like the damn, Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
I saw one study one time that was like, actually most teeth problems are genetic. And I said, say no more.
Yeah.
I'm not taking care of them
anymore. I can tell
because
I'm super furious right now that you just told me you've never had braces. Your teeth.
My parents were just clowning me the other day. They were like, "You wanted braces because you didn't fit in." I was like, "I would literally do anything to fit in."
I remember I wanted braces for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, "This is the most miserable shit I've ever done." I got wires like piercing my gums and my cheeks, and I was like, "I fucking hate all of it."
Yeah, my brother was like salivating and half conscious, and I was like, "I don't want to be like that."
I just want to be miserable. So, anyways, that was our first Dadvice. Thank you, Clinton. Like, super solid dude, by the way.
Hope we helped.
I hope.
Pretty sure he's just more pissed now.
I hope my fury helped you.
No further.
We're gonna start a revolution, and pediatric dentistry offices are gonna go up in flames.
I'm gonna edit the Epstein files and put dentist names on them.
It doesn't matter.
You wouldn't be a pediatric dentist.
We'll never see them. Which,
that's true.
By the way,
that means we're allowed to make our own.
Right.
It's like Mad Libs.
It's a Mad Libs Epstein Files book, and you just
everybody I hate
noun verbed this person.
That one cashier at the Food Lion who was rude to me.
Just start adding names in there. But by the way, that nothing's going to come of that. The DOJ just met with Ghislaine Maxwell. They're going to offer her immunity in exchange for saying that Trump never did anything.
She held out for the deal.
She did, and then Trump's going to pardon her. I'm telling you right now,
the art of the deal.
I'm not a betting man, but that's what's going to happen. Because we live in a straight up corrupt.
We actually have websites where you can bet on stuff like that now, and I think I'm going to Polymarket and stuff.
I would maybe get into that action. Apparently, by the way, other countries are now calling the Republican Party the American Fascist Party. Like other countries, that's just what they're referring to the Republican Party as.
Wow.
So we're good. We're doing good.
That sounds like something from a history book. They must be important.
Right.
That sounds very official.
Super good.
They must love America.
Love that. But yeah, that's maybe another episode. So you wanted to start another segment. I think we just call it Dad Coded.
Yeah, because you texted me something in a situation, and I'll let you just say it, but you were like, this was very dad coded.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that could be such a good segment.
I think it is a good
dad
segment.
Coded.
Dad Coded. We wrap up every day, every episode on Dad Coded. Because like I did a Dad Coded thing. So Aldi has these Hawaiian bagels, and they're super good, but they taste like very pineapple-y. They almost like they're
Hawaiian.
But they're a little more sweet than you would like. It tastes like a breakfast pastry almost. And my dad was just sitting there in the pantry eyeballing things, trying to figure out what kind of post-lunch snack I was going to have. And I see, as though the dad forces of the universe had done this on purpose, an almost empty jar of marshmallow fluff and Hawaiian bagels beside them. And I was like, I've never heard of a better dad snack than a Hawaiian bagel with fluff. That sounds delicious. So I made this, and I had like marshmallow fluff in my beard, and I actually
you're like eating it over the sink.
Had to trim my beard yesterday because I'm just like eating it, and my oldest is like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Just nothing. It's fine." And it's like
I'm doing taxes.
I'm very ashamed, obviously, of this grotesque, but that's such a dad thing, is to just like find shit in the pantry and just Frankenstein some meal together. Like my dad used to do that. He'd just be like, we got a can of this and a can of this, and now it's this meal, and it wasn't a meal, it was just those two
like
cans.
How you craft in video games,
right? Yeah. But that was my dad coded thing of the week. Do you have a dad coded thing that you did this week? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I guess yesterday I was driving us to Saxapahaw, and I don't know, I get overstimulated very easily, and my attention span becomes very fragmented sometimes. So I'm battling my internal monologue at the same time as every sound outside happening while my wife's trying to talk to me while I'm listening to the Tyler Childers album.
It's K-pop.
While my daughter is being like, "More snacking!" and banging her cup around. And I was also, driving like 80 miles an hour. So I was focused on not letting my family die in the car. And so I was also trying to focus on driving. And my wife looked at me in the rearview mirror and she was like, "Why are you mad?" But like in my head, I wasn't. I was just juggling a bunch of stuff at once. But I had my stank face on, I guess. And so I think when I get overstimulated, I get resting bitch face, basically.
I do the same thing.
It became the thing where I literally said, "I can't hear myself think," and that was it.
And then
I realized I was
dad
mad.
Phrase that you really tied it all together with that phrase. That's when we were at K-Pot, my oldest, the people around us. If anybody was listening to him, they probably were like, "This dude beats his kids," because my son seemed super concerned. He's just a very empathetic person. He's just always concerned. Like if someone seems like they're distressed or something, he wants to be helpful and he wants to check on you and make sure everything's okay. And he was like, "Daddy, are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm good. It's okay." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I'm fine, buddy. Okay." And that was that. So
he's like, "All right, so Dad's not fine."
Yeah, he could kind of read the room, but he knew it wasn't him, and that was the most important thing. And a few minutes later, I pulled him to the side and I was like, "Hey, I'm not upset with you, right?" And he was like, "No, I know." He's like, "It's really loud in here." I was like, "You get it. You get it. I'm so sorry because you getting it means that you have inherited this curse from me, but you get it." So, but I understand what you're saying. But anyways, I think it's a good stopping point for this episode. Yeah. I think that we're almost at 10, man.
And we're going to relapse at episode 10.
Yeah.
Where I am. That was our
That's
plan.
the next episode. So we better go ahead and start getting white girl wasted here.
Yep.
No. 9 episodes is a big thing. 10 episodes is a big thing. We have a new member of the team here.
We've already had a massive quality jump.
Yeah, and our ambition here is to continue to grow this thing so we can fiscally compensate our new team member here. But the best way to do that is for you guys to like all of our social media. I'll put the social media image. I always put it at the end here of the video. It's gotten better in quality because I put a border around it, and it's got it's a transparency over our faces now. So we no longer have to do this number where we're trying to get it off. I'm freaking out.
Dude, the ink's burning.
But no, all of our socials will be here. We are available on all major podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean has its own follower thing. It's social media for podcasts. So if you guys use Podbean, follow us, give us a like on there. Not really chasing the Podbean numbers. Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, I think are the big 3. Oh, Amazon Music, and I figured out how to make our YouTube videos into podcasts for YouTube Music as well. So we are literally on all the main platforms, plus some more obscure platforms. I think actually Clinton listens on a different
it was something I hadn't heard of.
Pocket Pods or Pocket Cast or something like that. Either way, however you're listening, however you're enjoying it, we appreciate it.
Aside from liking and stuff too, leave us good reviews because they are out to get us. We are persecuted, and that's how you can help us.
2 white men have never been more persecuted in the history of the world. Okay, I'm telling you right now, we are victims. No, but reviews are great. Leave funny reviews. Tell people why they should listen to this, but also share word of mouth is a massive tool for us. And our ambition, the reason we're bringing our new friend Whitley, she's not a new friend for me. I've known her forever, but
she's a new friend for me.
She's a new friend for Phil.
I'm happy to have met her.
But the reason we're bringing Whitley on is to really help us grow. She has experience in this, and we really want to expand our audience. We want to meet more dads. We want to talk to more people, and we want to make this a thing where we can just share our stupidity and humor with the rest of the world, and you guys are the best way to help us do that. So tell your friends, subscribe, comment. If you hate us, I want you to comment more.
But don't leave a review.
Actually, if you can make it funny, leave a review, but it still has to be 5 stars because they'll show the 5-star reviews. So if you want people to really know how bad we are, you have to do 5 stars and then hate.
Yeah, that's actually the new way to do it.
That is the new way to do it.
Yeah.
So 5 stars. I gave this 5 stars so you guys could see how much I actually hate them. That's a good way to do it. But yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. Did you have anything you wanted to add before we go to...
No, great call to action.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess takeaway from this episode: don't take your kids to the dentist or something.
Pediatric dentistry is a racket. If your kid's dentist tries to tell you that you need to do a thing that costs $7,000, shoot them in the chest.
I'm gonna pay a dentist to dress up like a Sonic employee and show up at your front door. Like Peter fighting the chicken in Family Guy.
There is an underground network of dentists and Sonic employees somewhere that work together. All right, so that's the point to take away. Sonic, dentist, all bad.
They beat your ass, and then they're like, all right, gotta go close a K-pot.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.